Hi everyone, welcome back to Star Wars Battlefront. This is the original game. We are doing Tatooine's command posts, ranked from the worst to the best. This is going to be divisive. Everyone has their favourite. Everyone that loves particular maps, particular command posts. Well, this is just my thoughts on those. Housing on Mos Eisley starts us off. Completely useless. Why does this exist? I don't understand. Who is fighting over this tiny little command post off the map? It's not even connected aside from two little doorways. Why fight over this? Next up, the prison on Jabba's palace. Anytime I come down here, it is an absolute cluster of enemies. So many ways you can die. There is a set of stairs that comes down here that is always contested. And if it's not contested, as soon as you jump down into the main corridor, you just get destroyed by grenades. The bluff on the Dune Sea. This is a very open section of the map, and it can be useful, but it just exists. It's just a bunch of rocks, an X-wing out the back, a couple of turrets. Who really wants this? Why do you need to fight over the bluff?
Bluff is Broadway.
We've captured a command post.
Droid torture chamber on Jabba's palace. The only reason why I don't have this lower than the other command post on Jabba's palace is because of the droid that shrieks in the back left corner, providing some entertainment for this bland location. You get clapped just the same as you do on the other side of the map. Whether or not you are on the Rebels or the Empire, it is highly contested here. The Dune Sea, which is next to the Sandcrawler, the only reason why this exists is to get vehicles. Everyone would just spawn at the Sandcrawler. It's so much cooler. Why would you want to spawn in the open section unless you had a reason to? The only reason being vehicles. The shops on Mos Eisley. This is on the corner of the Mos Eisley map. It can be kind of useful because you can roll over to the market or you can roll down to the hangar. It's just kind of there. It's the exact same as every other section of Mos Eisley.
Dad, I will find.
The market on Mos Eisley. This is more useful. There are two turrets here that feature on either side of the command post. And then there's directions you can zigzag through behind the market to get to the command post. So it's actually a generally well accepted spot to play.
Once you get the victim.
The barracks on Jabba's palace. This is pretty much the entryway to Jabba's palace, unless you're role-playing Episode 6. There's no real reason to come here. There's a Gamorrean that spawns every now and then, but that's about it. Warehouse on Mos Eisley. This is a personal favourite that is underrated. You spawn here and you can go straight to the cantina if you want to and cap it, which makes it more valuable to me. And I've spent a lot of time debating over this one corridor right here between me and my friends. The Keeper's Chambers on Jabba's palace. This one is only rated where it is because if you go and try and cap it, it takes so long. It's almost a default spot for the opposition team, being the Empire. When it is the default spot, it can take a long time to cap. There is the Rancor, that's pretty cool. Sandcrawler next. This is pretty much carbon copy of the Dune Sea, except it has a Sandcrawler in it, which is cool. Why would you not want to spawn here? If you merged the two command posts, the Dune Sea and the Sandcrawler, it's perfect. Next is the Homestead. I love the Homestead. The Homestead is so much fun to cap straight away because it gives you so many options on the Dune Sea. Who doesn't love coming into this tiny little homestead and thinking Luke Skywalker lived here? Definitely not accurate. Fun to cap nonetheless. You also get a little bit of cover coming up this stairway here, which is good for both the center section and the far section there. The Jabba's Palace throne room. There is Jabba. There is Han Solo in Carbonite. And you can drop down into the Rancor pit. It's a pretty easy command post to cap. There's Gamorrean guards. It's also just like the movie, which is great. The cisterns on the Dune Sea. This is a well thought out area for getting into trouble. If you want to walk down the middle of the map and get eaten by the pit, you can totally do that. If you want to fight some Tusken Raiders, if you want to fight the opposition team, this is the spot to do that. And that is the perfect example of what not to do. Even this Tusken Raider here, he was in a prime position to take me out up at the Tusken camp. The Tusken camp. The reason why this is high is it reminds me of Episode 2. Anakin gets very sentimental about sand. And we all know that sand,
It's coarse and rough.
good time. The hangar on Mos Eisley is a LAN party favourite between me and my friends. We would spend hours fighting over this, the cantina, this, the cantina, this, the cantina. It is a great spot. This little corridor here can end up with a lot of people sitting in it if you're not careful. And number 1, the cantina. Who would have seen that coming? Everybody. Love this place. The ultimate place to be. My favourite memories are inside here. LAN parties, taking this command post, listening to the music that I've removed. It's just such a cool place to be. And that is why I love playing on Tatooine. If you could leave a comment on what your favourite spot is, that'd be awesome. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it.